So Rosa, can you please tell us our creation story?
About the woman that gave birth to 6 pups that were her children. Well, the story is from long ago. We called it Hua Gudi, a story from long ago, or we say Hua Gudi, our ancestor stories. So the story is about a young woman. She and her mother, they were traveling with some people in the tribe that she lived among. So one day, her and her mother moved away with the tribe to another location, and her mother left. She forgot her scraper. So when she was asked to go back to find it and take it back, she went back to the area where they had their spruce hut. When she went back there, she saw a young man, and she saw a young man, a young hunter, and so instead of going back to her mother right away, she got to live with this young man. They stayed in the spruce hut for, I don't know for how long, but the story goes that one night when she heard a noise outside, she heard a noise outside, so she thought it was an animal that was eating off meat bone that was outside. So to get rid of the dog or the animal, she threw something at the dog or the animal where the noise was coming from. And the next morning when she woke up, her husband was gone, and so she looked around, but she couldn't find no sign of him. But she saw a dead animal that was lying there. It was a dog, and during the night she had thrown something towards where the noise was, where she heard the noise. So she must have hit that animal, not knowing that it was a dog. And so with the dog being dead, she took him away from her hut, her spruce hut, out into the bush and bury him in the snow. It was in the winter time. So afterwards, she didn't realize that she was expecting, and then she wanted to go back to her mom. So she went back, but her mom said no. You smell of a dog, so you can't live with us here. So she went back to the hut, all the way back again. And it's been weeks and months living alone, and so she has no choice, but she knows she has to survive, especially when she's expecting. But she never saw her husband again. Sometimes she thinks that she's expecting him back like every day from where he is, but not once did he ever came back. So she went out to do snaring, to do a lot of work out from her hut, snaring and trying to go fishing so that she can have food. The time came when she was going to give birth. So when she gave birth, it was shock, like she got scared, not knowing what to do with them. But she had no choice but to take care of them. So she started to care for them, kept them warm, and not being able to feed them from her breast. So she had to feed them what she got from fish soup, and make sure that they ate fish, the soft soup that she makes for them with the fish. And then as they got bigger, she started to give them more of rabbit meat that she caught and rabbit soup broth. So she was kept busy all the time looking after 6 pups. And she would tie them up when she would go for her fishing or snaring and gathering firewood for her hut and trying to uh, care for them that way. As the pups grew bigger, she keeps tying them up so that they don't get loose or get eaten by other animals. So she doesn't go that far. Then one day, as she was approaching, she can hear voices, children's voices. By the time she came back, she didn't see children, but she noticed that there were footprints that were different from dogs' footprints or paws. So she got curious. Lot of footprints of little children. So she thought this time if she goes out, she'll see what happens. So she went back in the bush to check the net, the snares. And when she was kind of leaving a distance, she turned back and she thought, I'm going to watch to see what happens. So as soon as she was out of sight, the pups, they turned into little children, 3 boys, 3 girls. And she rushed back and she tried to catch them, but she caught about 3 or 4 of them. So that the other ones that she didn't catch, they turned back to the pups, the dogs. And the ones that she caught, they were boys and girls. So she didn't let them go and brought them back to the hut and make sure that they were going to be okay as little children. Her children. So she started dressing them up and clothing them and making clothes for them as much as she can with rabbit skins and hides that she had from before, and the little moccasins for the ones that she caught. And then next time when she came back, she grabbed the other 2. So she had 3 boys and 3 girls. So as soon as they were at the age teenagers, they started to help their mom, look after the hut, going hunting and snaring for her, and they became really good hunters and trappers, where they trap a lot of rabbits, for food, with their snares, homemade traditional snares that they make out of babiche. So every day she works with them, gaining a lot of skills to survive. They became good hunters, the boys and the girls. They became really well skilled in mending and clothes and making clothes and tanning hides that they caught, that the brothers caught when they go hunting for caribou. So the young woman was so happy, and at the age to be in her middle age when her boys and girls were young adults. and she thought now it's time to go back to the other tribe. At first, they didn't really accept her with her children. Later on, her mother, knew that she was the grandmother of those children, her daughter's children, and so she opened her teepee for them, and they started living with them, and they joined the rest of the people in the tribe, and they all accepted them. So the story is all related to how you can build relationship, how you can accept each other. And as of today, we have all different types of nationality, people from other countries, and we just have to accept each other. And now we're, we're seeing a lot of women living with women, men living with men. All that too is another experience that people are living with. So it's all about educating and how to live with each other nowadays. But that story shows great courage, great courage of survival, and also to accept what the young woman was given to raise the pups as her own until they became humans, and how the changes had really made her so strong to succeed in what she needed, what she had achieved as a mother, and also to love whoever they were, you know. So it's not only about how people have to love each other, but how to love animals. I guess it's nowadays a lot of people have pets, and some people can't accept that in their homes, but some do, and they learn to accept them because they're all creation.
Hmm.
It's all a creation of how the world was created, and it's about how uh, children are taught to survive and to accept and to live with each other. So it's a story of courage and bravery.
Mahsi Cho, thank you.